Do you know where you are? You're in the jungle, baby. Time to die. Welcome to week 7 and the Johnny Vegas report. How you doing, folks? It's your old puppet pal, Johnny Vegas, here to give you what you need to know to dominate in fantasy football this week. Let's start off with the basics. Bye weeks, we only have 2 teams with bye weeks this week, but it's very, very important that you remember to take them out of your roster. If you have a player on your team that plays for Detroit or for Houston, take him out. Don't start him this week. You'll thank me later. So now that we done got that out the way, who do you start this week? Well, quarterbacks, there's a couple that I can recommend very easily. Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys and Carson Wentz of the Philadelphia Eagles. Aside from being in one of my favorite divisions in the NFL, I think the 2 of these guys are future stars in the making. Running backs, the 3 that I'm liking. I like Todd Gurley of the Los Angeles Rams. I like Jay Ajayi. That guy from Miami. And I like DeMarco Murray from the Tennessee Titans. Wide receivers. I think Dez Bryant is going to remind everybody why he's a legend this week. I like Mike Evans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm really liking Alshon Jeffrey of the Philadelphia Eagles. I know that everybody's obsessed with Nelson Agholor, but I think this guy's going to get more production and sneak in under the radar. Tight ends, you can't go wrong with Delaney Walker of Tennessee. And I also think Ed Dixon of Carolina is going to surprise a lot of people this week. And for the defense special teams, you just have to remember the vocal phrase N, as in Den and 10. Denver Broncos, Tennessee Titans defense special teams. I think they're going to be rock solid, get you 10 points each this week. Now, let's address the elephant in the room real quick, shall we? The elephant in the room is Aaron Rodgers. Collarbone surgery. They tried to downplay it, but in fantasy football, you really can't downplay it. It's very, very simple mathematics, so let me cut through all the hype here. If you are in a keeper or a dynasty league, you hold on to Aaron Rodgers no matter what. In addition to being a great quarterback, purveyor of commercials that I really enjoy, and having a porn star level mustache. And I'm all about the mustache, kids. Aside from that, he's one of the best quarterbacks out there, possibly of all time. So if you're in a keeper dynasty league, you don't get rid of him. Conversely, though, if you are in a league that changes from year to year, or a league where you cannot keep your players going into the next year, get rid of him. You cannot recover from a broken collarbone or any other kind of surgery in time for the timing of a regular season. So, time to move elsewhere, get yourself a new QB. Now, let's get to who I don't like this week. I really am not liking Andy Dalton of the Cincinnati Bengals. Granted, I love him. He's the fiercest ginger on the planet, but I'm not 100% convinced that his ankle is fixed enough, even with a bye week, to come into this week. So avoid him if possible. I do not like Frank Gore, running back of the Indianapolis Colts. Yes, he's reliable. Yes, the things he can do at his age are impressive, but he cannot find the end zone. If you can't find the end zone, I'm going to put you in my friend zone. Both equal with end. And Frank, this is the end. Another running back I am having trouble with, James White of the New England Patriots. He's simply not getting enough touches for my liking. He is not worth considering. Wide receivers, there's a couple that have given me conniptions. We're going to start off with Danny Amendola, who last week I said was going to be hot again. And I was kind of right and kind of wrong. If you have a PPR league, that's points per reception. If you have a PPR league, Danny's doing fine. But if you need actual scoring, as in yards and touchdowns, no, he's not. I apologize for misleading you on that. Another wide receiver I have issues with is Jermaine Kearse of the New York Jets. He's only had 4 catches in each of his last 3 games. Not enough touches to really be productive for you. Now, you want to talk about terrifying production. Tight end Antonio Gates. Let's do the math together, shall we, kids? Week 4, he was targeted 5 times, got 3 catches. Week 5, targeted 3 times, got 2 catches. Last week, 1 target, 1 catch. Not enough. Simply not enough. Get rid of him. And I'm also not liking the Oakland Raiders defense special teams. And the reason I don't like them, it's been 6 weeks, kids. No interceptions? Really? Your secondary's weak. Drop them. Okay, I told you who to get rid of. But if you're looking for someone to start, here's where the good stuff is. Quarterback that's open in a lot of leagues that a lot of people seem to overlook, and it just really perplexes me that he doesn't get the respect he deserves. Tyrod Taylor of the Buffalo Bills. Put him on your team. I promise you, you can't do worse. Running backs. If you're looking for some good running backs, I like Chris Ivory of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think he could turn into a real vulture. And I also like Dion Lewis of the New England Patriots, who, unlike his running buddy, James White, actually does get the touches. Wide receivers, 3 of them that I'm really liking this week. I like Benny Fowler of the Denver Broncos. I like Marquise Lee of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I like Juju Smith-Schuster of the Pittsburgh Penguins? Steelers. And tight end, I'm also liking George Kittle. George Kittle of the San Francisco 49ers. Kittle. The emphasis is on the Kittle. And if you need a defense special teams, I'm liking the Indianapolis Colts. So there you go. As far as the pick'ems this week, if you do the pick'em pools at work, I've got 3 that I like, and I'm 13-8 for the season, so take it for what it's worth. I'll take Dallas over San Francisco. I'll take Tennessee over Cleveland, and I'll take the Denver Broncos over the Los Angeles Chargers. That's what I got this week. Good luck to everybody going into week 7. I'm your puppet host, Johnny Vegas.